guys, Yoruba demons,
Men
all men cheat, all men do that. First of all, is it true?
Men,
Do you
men
cheat?
as scum
Akah,
is
do you
the
cheat?
worst.
Akah, do you cheat?
I can ask him to define cheating.
Look at the way you invaded the question to the left. Okay, but seriously, guys, what, like you said, what is cheating? What confines and defines cheating?
And the funny thing is that cheating, because a lot of people talk about this and they have this discussion and they bring it up. So there's cheating, there's adultery, there's infidelity, there's unfaithfulness.
Yeah, man, there's so many different.
There's so many terms, and they don't necessarily mean the same. Like adultery is, is cheating in a marital context. But also, this one that Akah is looking at me. If you ask somebody, do you cheat, and they have to ask you what is cheating, they'd probably cheat.
You know what?
Let's
Since you
shine
guys want
light.
to come at me,
Shine
I'm
light.
not
let me
coming
give
at
myself
you.
to you.
All right.
As a human being that I is, I've cheated. I mean, we're all cheats in the eyes of the law. Before the law.
Yeah, I'm not a. Let me not. No. Okay, but let's talk in a relationship context.
Okay.
Therefore, what is cheating? Is it necessarily physical? Is it emotional? What defines cheating?
In context of relationships, cheating is emotional or sexual
Unfaithfulness.
unfaithfulness.
Let's also define sexual. Is kissing cheating, or is that not sexual?
I think it
Or
is
that
because
just
like
cheating?
that's also emotional. That has some form of emotional unfaithfulness attached to it,
Attachment to
where
it.
you're committed to someone, but you see somebody else and you're like, "Child, can I give you my lips?"
But
And
what
then you
if?
also
What if the person like just unexpectedly plants one on you?
and you didn't kiss? They kissed you.
So did you
What
cheat?
did you react?
I don't think it, except
And then also, is it if you tell your partner or choose not to tell them, is it cheating?
Okay, cheating.
It's on the increase. It's an epidemic or something like that these days. It's crazy. It's all over the place.
So like, it's created a thing where we say that it's all men cheat or all that kind of stuff. Do we think that creating that stereotype make men cheat, or do you think that it's just because it's natural in a man to cheat and that's what brought the stereotype
These
around?
days, women too want to prove to them what a man can do. A woman
they can do
they
it
can
better.
do it better.
Because I just
So-
wanted to say, cheating is not just a man thing.
Yeah.
It's a human thing. Do you know that there are times that cheating is caused by emotional deficiencies, like depression and low self-esteem?
Yeah, and that's often one of the biggest things. I think
It's
self-esteem
one of the
is
most
one of
rampant.
the biggest things.
One of the biggest
Because
reasons.
and it's a cause for a lot of people doing a lot of things that are wrong. Once you don't know or have confidence in yourself, you're always trying to find it somewhere else. So it'll be like, it'll begin to an emotional place where you're emotionally cheating with some other girl because I wanted to also make that person happy. But in that process, I was therefore making
the person you're with unhappy.
So I think that self-esteem thing is a big thing.
Yeah, it's a reason, Sha, but it sounds like an excuse, but it's actually a cogent reason. Why cheating is such a big deal these days is because I think more men are unfaithful, even in the media. With Robin Thicke and the wife Paula Patton, which to today.
I don't think more
everybody
men are
that you
unfaithful.
like.
Men have always, there has always been unfaithfulness before the
media,
before.
and social
It's
media,
just
and
that
everything.
social media is making everything is
No.
made everything
Akah, I
more
think
visible
now
and
you have
it's
more
expanding everything.
women outrightly, blatantly in your face, and sex and sexuality is so commoditized, so easy to access. And incidentally, you see more half-naked women on TV than you do half-naked men. So, and us men, we're flesh and blood now, and we're like, Olamide has all these women gyrating in his videos, and women too, and it just sexualizes or makes women look like sex objects. And then it's just the whole system of the thing, and men just feel like they can attain what they want to attain when they want to attain it. It's the norm. And so you have more men indulging than women. That's my opinion.
So media makes that happen. A lot of the times, I think media puts a lot of things so in your forefront, so in your eyes that, or justifies things and behaviors that we now feel okay to go and chase that thing, or to feel like it's this is what men are like. Because I think we've got to a place where media defines a lot of
you see,
cultural
the truth
trends.
is, when we begin to isolate, things, I begin to make it a gender thing. Oh, men. What about the women? Because I've seen situations where women are after that. They will scheme, plan. Sometimes this man even does it he fell, not that he planned to do it. No, he fell because he didn't expect it. Sometimes men are clueless.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I don't agree.
women, we are all in this together.
To counter what Akah said, in a love triangle, right? Husband, wife, other woman, there's only one person that cheats in that triangle, Akah, and it's the man. The other woman is just a party or an accessory, but she did not cheat. The person that cheated is the man. And to say that anybody is cheating is a series of bad decisions. It's one thing leading to another thing, leading to another thing, leading to cheating.
One of the reasons that I like us to come together and actually have these conversations is that men are put in a position where we are called to be leaders. Therefore, there's emphasis on us to guide and direct. So you might want to say that, oh no, because now, and I feel like it gets twisted up nowadays in this whole like independent woman kind of thing, and that's all well and good, and it's important, and yes, you know, women's rights, but at the same time, we're called to be...
Oh, give me!
Okay, I don't
Give it to that.
Yeah, you're hanging out to do too much.
But at the same time, like, we're in a situation of, you know, we're called to be leaders. Therefore, we need to take a sense of responsibility in leading and guiding the route.
And I'm in no way excusing cheating on men. I'm just saying, let us stop this whole
Men versus women
cheating. No,
well, often
decide
the
to be a better
stigma
human
has-
being, and we will see moral standards get higher. Is cheating natural?
Cheating is not natural. Well,
See,
Hold on, we will answer it one by one.
Adeolu is yours. Come on, you behave yourself. I am of the opinion that we're all accountable for our own actions independently. And when I was talking to a friend, and she was talking about requirements for husband material, and I was saying, oh yeah, a guy that doesn't cheat, you know, a guy that is faithful, right? She said yes, but that's not it. A guy that is seeking the Lord, that is going after, you know, God. And it didn't make sense to me then, but I thought about it deeply. If you are seeking salvation and God, you have if being a faithful man is part of it. It's a branch of that tree. I mean,
I'm laughing because I get you, but at the same time, that's not what I asked.
Okay.
And you're being diplomatic, you're dilly-dally.
Okay, I'm going like this.
Cheating natural. You are saying
natural.
yes. It's not.
But
no, it's not natural. However, yes, because
this one that's it.
I feel, I would say, cheating is absolutely natural. In this context of speaking to the world, it is natural to cheat. Now there are two ways to now say I will counter. There are people who have moral standards, follow principles. They are not born again. There are men who will never catch cheating. They are not Christians. There are men who will use the energy from their spiritual source, their faith, to keep them in check. It's all about, you know, finding the right balance and also
Personal conviction.
constraint.
Yeah.
Personal conviction.
Self-control.
So if you do not have the moral strength to constrain yourself and check yourself or say, I shouldn't have more than this or not be selfish, you can have spiritual strength when God's strength is made available for your weakness. Do you understand what I'm saying? Plus, you, like I said, you have to keep in mind there are different reasons or different things that fuel
For me,
cheating.
one of the problems with saying that cheating is natural is that it immediately creates the door for an excuse that can justify the action. Because yes, you're saying that, you know,
But people don't
you
need
can
an
find
excuse
different
to
ways.
sin.
You can find different ways, but yes, but you do per se in a relationship. Let's say if this in this because you meet a lot of women that be like, all men cheat.
So those people that
now,
saying
by
it's
that
an
point,
excuse,
they
let
are-
them not be vexed too if they are babe too. It's also it's natural. Because I'm not saying natural for men. I'm saying as human. As in having born into the sinful
so that's the
nature.
thing, so I understand. So I do think I agree in the sense that by the flesh we are.
That's right.
You know, the flesh wants what the flesh wants.
Yes.
Right? But then we are supposed to be in a position where we're able to change our nature. We're capable of making the
That's
natural
right.
unnatural,
That's right.
the unnatural natural by living in the spirit and by calling onto the things and growing into into Christ. And then the Bible says that, you know, it is not I'm dead. It's not I who live, but Christ who lives in me. Right? So I'm therefore taking the decision and the mindset and seeking to live no longer as myself. Therefore, it is no longer natural for me to do it because I am not me. So I think we need to take away that concept of, you know, once you start to say, well, it's natural,
So
then
when we
you
now
settle
begin
the
to
flow
live
for
through
yourself.
Christ, that's not natural. That's living the supernatural.
But it becomes natural to you.
It becomes
The goal is to make that natural to you. You have to change your thinking to not accept it, because if you do that, then you open yourself to that door immediately. Once you change your thinking from this I will not take this as natural, then you have now the power to be like, I do not have to walk through this door. Now, how do we get to a position where, like, okay, as the man or as the woman, as the partner in this relationship, what is your job? What is your duty in the relationship to make sure that person isn't pushed in that direction? Because at the end of the day, like, if the person does cheat, it will always seem like, yes, it's their fault because it is wrong and it is bad. But we cannot also disillusion the problems that got you there. So therefore, what should we be doing to make sure that we don't get to that door? What is it as a man that I should be doing to make sure my wife does not feel alienated from the relationship enough to stray, and vice versa?
Love your wife.
That's too very practicalize it.
Well, okay, Akah, you go. You go first.
I feel when a woman is saying something, sometimes the truth is 50% of the time you're hearing what she's saying, but you're not listening. You have to pay attention to women.
So it comes with
2,
understanding.
communication. Yes, understanding. Communicate more. 3, touch more. Touch more. If the more you touch I'm not even saying sex, but
Hand holding.
yes,
hugs,
hand
things like that.
holding, looking at each other.
What you said was like in a situation where it's unavoidable, right? Where
It
you
feels
feel like
unavoidable. How do you
feel
stop
like-
it from getting to an unavoidable place?
When you feel like push has come to shove or you're at the brink of cheating, you need to bring it up.
Period,
You
though.
need to bring it up. Somebody gave an example of that one guy, he used to dress up really nice to go to the office because a girl in the office used to always compliment him. And he was always looking forward to buying nice outfits to go to the office to get those compliments. And, you know, it almost came to infidelity. But in my mind, when I heard that, I was like, why didn't he just tell the wife that, look, you don't compliment me, I look nice.
Talk
the
about
nature of something. Sometimes the nature of something. Sometimes you can bring it up and the person.
But did he even try?
Did he?
Did he? And if
So
and when you now, because it's, and this is the thing with cheating, and especially when it comes to Christians
And emotional cheating.
and emotional cheating, power is always available. We have the power in the spirit, in the word, and everything. What is lacking is the sense of urgency. Guard your heart with all diligence, which is what people don't do. If you have a strong defense system that look, I shall not, and it's cheating, the rest of to death do us part. It's a long time. Best guard your mind and prepare for a long battle. It's not a stroll in the park. So to round up on that point, if he told the wife and she didn't react, then you take it a notch further. That look, I'm feeling like something is about to happen. If I don't feel appreciated like I need to, at least you bring it up. I mean, it's your spouse.
And there are some women that don't say, if you want to do now, it's not nonsense. At that time, just go and tell God. God,
This woman,
this
touch her
woman,
out.
it's not even about touch my own heart. Stop me from going to meet this other woman who's complimenting me. The truth is, we must be committed to be the best we can for the other person. If there's no need, if you don't want to be committed to that, there's no need to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Always strive to be better, not just for you, but also for the other person.
So we've got to get to a place, and I think, I've brought this up a few times. We get to a place where we are, before you even enter that relationship, you've got to be confident in what you're doing. Because if you're not, that is when you start looking for it. Because if you're even looking for your own justification, even in your partner, that means eventually you will look for it for somebody else. You need to know yourself, be confident enough in yourself that you don't need any external source of justification, which again comes down to knowing who we are in Christ. If you know the love that God has for you, and therefore you're self-sufficient, you're full of yourself because you know God has for you, then you don't therefore need your partner to validate you, and therefore you don't need any other woman to validate you.
You know, older women love flavor. Lavania.
But yeah.
So
love
one
it.
day I was like, wait, the way you people are always gushing after this, do you actually crush after him? She said, what do you mean? And this is my aunt who has kids. They are like
40s or 50s. She's in like 40s
she's
or
in her
50s.
50s
Right.
now. And she's like, there are aunties and mommies that are morally
Bankrupt.
upright. They are very strong. But what she told me, said, we feel it, of course. I'm like, feel what? She said, flavor.
Let me catch him first. I will deal with him.